It's been a while since I posted any Destiny content on this channel. In fact, to be exact, you would have to scroll down on my channel past 48 straight uploads before you found another Destiny video. And that was on August 29th, so 2.5 months ago. In that time, I played games like World of Warcraft, Star Wars Outlaws, Elden Ring, Dragon Age Vanguard, and an absolute crap ton of Space Marine 2, which I think is easily one of the best games of 2024. So I gotta say, a big hearty thank you to those of you who stayed with me during my side adventures. I had a blast covering other games, and quite frankly, I think it makes me a better content creator when I have time to flex my creative muscles a little bit more. Covering other games, it definitely makes me do that. I mean, I've been covering Destiny for almost a decade now, and it's easy for me to fall into the trap of every day as a new gun, and here is gun. Gun do this damage. Gun have this reload speed. Gun is good. Go get gun, right? But playing other games, it forces me to really mix up my editing process, my script writing, all that stuff. So now that I'm in between games again, I figured I'd dive back into Destiny 2 and see what I missed, and it looks like I missed a fair amount. So in this video, I would love to ask you Destiny veterans a few specific questions that maybe you could help answer and catch me up to speed, while I also talk a bit about the experience of a returning player. So let's get into it. Alright, let me alternate topics here and start with a question first. So last I played Destiny 2, there was an extremely obnoxious PvP meta where Prismatic Hunters reigned supreme. Their pick rate in PvP was so high it eclipsed all the other classes combined. So, but I'm seeing fewer threaded specters right now in my couple of days playing again. So, question, what's the current meta? I'm seeing a lot of bygones and other pulses seem to be really popular, but still the most challenging players that I've encountered so far tend to still be hand cannon shotgun users, but they're clearly higher in the skill department. So break it down for me, would ya? What key buffs and nerfs did I miss, and where did that land us for the current PvP meta? So while you're typing that up for me, let me chat a little bit about the returning player experience. Holy cow, I play a lot of complex games. Even right now, I'm running multiple different Dungeons & Dragons campaigns, so I'm used to like complex gameplay, where you have to look up a spell on the fly and see what kind of saving throw the enemy needs to make, but then they might have a reaction that reduces the effects, but then you have to account for vulnerabilities, and just one spell cast could take a couple of minutes to actually sort out. So I'm no stranger to complexity, but I gotta tell you, my eyes glazed over so hard with this tonic mixing stuff. I need to go watch like a video that simplifies it for me. I think potion mixing and alchemy in games is super cool. I've always been attracted to it, so I definitely want to learn how all this works. But I'm not sure that tutorial mission was well designed, because it just left me feeling like someone just explained trigonometry to me in Klingon. I had no clue what was happening, and I haven't played another seasonal quest since. I've heard people say this season is pretty cool though, so I'd love to get rolling on the story beats soon. But man, that tutorial mission was so confusing to me that it actually made me feel like I needed a brain break, and I immediately disengaged with the story. Okay, so next question for you all. It looks like there were a number of exotic armor and weapon tunings. I played around a bit with Bad Juju and enjoyed the deeper mag, the longer duration on String of Curses, but what buffs really rose to the top this season? I saw a couple of Titans running Mask of the Quiet One, which hasn't been relevant for literally years. Saw one guy running Sanguine Alchemy. So what buffs did I miss that I need to be aware of? Alright, moving on. I did manage to hop back into the game in the middle of Festival of the Lost. It doesn't seem to be too different this year, as far as I can tell. We have a new shotgun that shoots 2 slugs, and that's definitely pretty cool. I love when they get creative and introduce new archetypes into the game, especially this late in Destiny 2's lifespan. It's stuff like that that really intrigues players. And I will say that the Festival of the Lost armor sets this year, to me personally, I think they're some of the best looking sets we have ever gotten in this game. But then again, I am a sucker for wizards and magic and spellcasting, so that look totally vibes for me. Funny story, you've probably seen other creators say things like, hey, thanks Bungie for the silver, I got this thing from Eververse with it. That's part of the Bungie Creator Program, and it's pretty neat. They give us silver from time to time to show off new store items for viewers to see in action. Well, they started that a couple of years ago, and when they said they were sending me silver, it never showed up. So I asked about it, and they said they'd try again. Nothing happened, so I just said, whatever, it's not a big deal, and I went about my business. Well, they've been trying to send me silver ever since, and each time I'm like, nah, it didn't show up. just this month, they did it again, and eventually they were like, hey, can you log in on PC and see if it's there? And guys, I didn't realize silver was platform-based and didn't carry over. That's clearly on me. But since they've tried so many times in the last couple of years, I had 37,000 silver in my wallet. Yeah, 37,000. I bought everything, and I mean everything. I bought the stuff that's ugly, the stuff I'll never use. So this is my belated thank you, Bungie, for the silver. Anyway, fun little anecdote for you there. Next question. How good is the new dungeon compared to what we're used to? Is it fun? Is it challenging? How's the loot? Is there like anything that's a must-have for PvE or PvP in there in terms of weapons? I still haven't played it yet, but I'd love to get the boys together again for a fresh run. Moving on to the last major observation I had. This is kind of more a sort of personal one and less something about the game itself. I noticed that when I haven't been living in Destiny, then the shortcomings of Destiny bother me a lot less. You know, when all you do is eat, sleep, breathe Destiny, it's really easy to let the minor grievances you have with the game grow into major pain points. And I think before my break, this was really where I was at. So I gotta apologize. I hope that my minor grievances with the game didn't grow into unsavory negativity from the viewer perspective of my content. And moving forward, I hope to continue to try to find the good and have fun in any game that I cover while being honest about shortcomings without letting them grow into major pain points that I hammer over and over in my content. I think negativity gets immediate clicks, but it doesn't grow a good community. And so I hope that you'll help keep me accountable to that goal specifically and help keep me on the straight and narrow path of trying to have fun with video games so that we can continue to grow an excellent community together. And so with that, again, I say thank you for continuing to support my content, my videos, even my experiments. Some of those experiments have been really quite fun and productive. I know many of you who are my age have jumped over to my whiskey channel, and we have an incredible community over there. We do virtual tasting events together. We have in-person barrel picks coming early next year. It's so cool, and those guys are absolute gems, and I love them dearly. And then I actually just decided recently that I was going to start uploading some of my D&D content as well. So if you're interested in getting into D&D sometime, I'll leave a link to that brand new offshoot channel in the description and pinned comment. I've got a 101 guide to being a dungeon master up on that channel right now with like at least 6 more introduction videos planned, like how to make a character from scratch, how to do combat in D&D, how to read stat blocks, all kinds of base tutorials like that planned. And once we get a decent little seed going over there, I'll start actually uploading a series that's my new campaign I'm about to start running with my friends, so you can hear a whole story from start to finish, maybe add it to your listening during work or commute hours if you'd like. And again, link to that channel will be in the description and pinned comment. And with that, I say, cheers, my friends. May you live richly and get better with age. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, and yes, I am working on an anonymous autumn review.